What's up, everybody? Danger Rock here. Today we're going to be looking at the DC Comics Multiverse Super Friends Superman action figure. They came out in 2017. This is a really nice action figure. It's got really great detail. So we're going to take a closer look at the Man of Steel himself, Superman. I don't think this face sculpt was bad at all for its time. I really like the red and blue paint that they used here for it. I think it looks very unique. I really like it. One thing I always loved about these DC Multiverse figures is that they got pretty good articulation. You can move Superman's head side by side. It is limited because he has his cloth cape right here. It can hinge up and down that far. His arms could go up that far. They bend at the elbows. They swivel at the elbows. And his wrists can fully rotate, which is awesome. He's got a little bit of an ab crunch right here. It goes in that far back. He can twist at his waist. It can only go that far. He has calf rotation. His legs could kick outward that far. They bend at the knees. His feet can hingeward up and down. And he does have peg holes at the bottom of his feet. So if you have a DC stand or something, you could just put them on right there, no problem. And I like the way the muscles are sculpted. His arms are actually very big. And it looks really cool. I really like the yellowing right here for his belt. That's really nicely detailed as well. And what's really cool is if we turn him over here, even though he does have a cloth cape, they did include the S on his cape, which is something a lot of Superman figures don't have. So I'm glad that this one has it. And if we move his cape up, you can see lots of his articulated joints. Let's look at the inscription on here. It says DC Comics Mattel. That's really great. He stands at about 6.5 inches tall. And he is a really nice Superman figure to have. So what we're going to do is we're going to set him aside for a second. So for comparison, I have here the DC Universe Classics Batman figure. This is the blue and gray version, and it's a really great figure. He has a plastic cape. You can see all the wrinkles in this cape, which is really cool. And what's cool is if we put these two next to each other, I think that they scale pretty well. These are both really good figures, and they're both very old. But what's cool though, what I like better is that if we look at Batman and the stance that he's in, you can see his cape is just kind of looks like in a dynamic position. It's not just hanging from him. You can see it's like pointy. But if we look at the Superman cape, that's a cloth cape, it just hangs down from him, which, like I said before, I'm not really a big fan of these cloth capes, but I also have to keep in mind that both of these figures are actually very old now, and these two do scale in well with each other, even though they were part of different action figure lines. So that's really cool. So here's a look at both of them from the side. Here's a look at them from the back. So you can see the differences in their capes. Here's a side view of them. And the articulation on both of these guys is pretty much the same. So now let's put Batman aside here. Back to the Superman. This Superman figure, I would totally recommend it. He's got nice paint detailing and everything. He's not my favorite Superman figure. I mean, I obviously my favorite Superman figure would be the DC Universe Classics one, just because that one's a little bit bigger in scale and the S on his chest is a little bit bigger. This one, it feels like it's just right, but it's just a little too small, and I think they put it up towards his neck a little too much, so that's the only downside to this. But he's got really great articulation, he has really great detail, and I don't think his face sculpt is that bad, and he does have an S on his cape, so he's very unique for his time. So if you find this guy, you can find him on eBay and everything. He's not that expensive, and he's definitely worth picking up. He'll look great in your Justice League display or on your DC shelf. So this has been my review of the DC Comics Multiverse Super Friends Superman action figure. If you like this video, please leave a like. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Once we reach 500 subscribers, I will be doing a collection video, so definitely stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the next video review.